What have you found to be the keys to creating successful project collaborations?
In collaboration, it's really, really important to kind of discover the strengths amongst the team. And a lot of times the strengths are not obvious on the outside, especially when you're a first-time team working together. So finding logical collaboration points and figuring out what people do within a team, what positions people play, are really the defining tenets of good collaboration. When you create a sports team, there's obviously someone who is best at being goalie, and there are people that are good at offense, and there are people that are good at defense. A lot of what we do now is we build kind of these production crews and then post-production crews for our projects, and depending on the type of project, we will select different types of people to collaborate. And in some cases, we'll go to another market and we'll have to find people we've never worked with before. And it's sort of challenging to very quickly figure out rapport and move into a professional environment where you're going to get the best possible work from the people that are there. And so we're always trying to figure out ways of building up confidence amongst the people we work with so that we can have the best possible collaborations. But in the sense of a film team, obviously the sound guy is going to be doing sound, and the the PA is going to give us local knowledge of an area. But what's really exciting sometimes is when you find someone who may be a sound recordist who also has experienced lighting and has a different perspective on that area. And then you start to have dialogues around, maybe there's a way to do this differently and more efficiently. And then as a result, you learn something new and the product gets better. So, finding people that can play more than one position and then giving people the authorship to actually be able to demonstrate that skill in an environment is what I think makes some collaborations more successful than others. My role has always been in the creative director position, where I've tried to have to fill the need for a direction of a project and then get everyone aligned at moving in that direction and then make decisions along the way that kind of bring the project into completion. But yeah, I think it's really, really important to listen and to kind of just be observant about what's happening and try to make sure that the people are doing what they're best at to get the final result you're looking for. I also think taking people off the team when they're not doing the right work is also challenging, because you never want to, we try not to hurt people or try not to make people feel bad, but sometimes people just aren't fit for the type of collaboration you're doing, and they have to be asked off the team, and that's really, really difficult.
How do you assess that fit?
It's really, really hard. I think part of it is just being able to say, is this project better or worse with this person on the team? And if the project is better without, then you make a change. And sometimes the impacts are not felt till the end, but there's this idea kind of, of cancer within a team, where someone infects a team and changes the disposition of the team and sort of identifying that cancer, moving them off the team and bringing someone else in with the right kind of energy can really help the outcome of a project. These are all things, I could imagine a world where everyone just comes together and everything's perfect. But that's very rarely the case. There's always challenges along the way. What my partner and I try to do is kind of limit the ability for any single party to damage the core. We've tried to build work and create work where we're mostly responsible for what gets created, so we know it's going to be great. But that limits our ability to scale. And so we're trying to find people out there that kind of duplicate our ability in some of these cases so we can achieve some scale, while making sure there's a personality fit, kind of a work ethic fit. There's lots of things to consider when you're bringing together teams. And they're not all obvious, at the interview or at the first experience. In our business, we almost have to try somebody on a project before we know that they're good enough to continue working with. So you have to create these opportunities to bring people in that are low risk to know that they can be counted on in the future. And so sometimes it's about creating those opportunities where you can kind of almost practice